Want to say hello? Of course you do. You always want to say hello. Let everybody see how you're doing, huh? Let everybody know you're feeling better. Yeah. Yeah, you're such a good boy. I love you too. I love you too. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I got your belly. I got your belly. Yes, I do. Okay. Oh my goodness. Your show's on, huh? Your show's on. See? Okay. Your show's on TV. Okay. Well, you got a better grip. It's gonna rip in half. I'm telling you. It's gonna. Oh. It's gonna rip in half. It's gonna rip. It's gonna rip. Oh, get it. Don't bite my hand. Don't bite it. Your teeth are too sharp. It's gonna rip. He always makes this noise like a horse does when they make that. Oh, I can't do it. Oh. 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 You got something in your eye. Come here. Don't throw up. Don't puke. Whatever you do, don't puke. Don't puke. Don't puke. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like Sophie singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, ooh. Oh, it's gonna rip. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like he's singing. Oh, he's trying to get it to rip in half. Oh, you want it to rip, don't you? You're so destructive. You're so destructive. When the days go by like a string in the wind, in the web that is mine, I begin again. Said to my friend, baby, nothing else mattered. He was no more than a baby then. You're just trying to get it to rip, you little shit. Well, he seemed broken hearted, something within you. But the moment that I first laid eyes on him, on the edge of 17, just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like he's singing. Ooh, so see, ooh. So, why are you so destructive? Hello, hi. Why are you so destructive? You just want to break that in half. You just. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Oh my. I love you. I love you so much. Come here. Ah, I got it. Oh. He's like, no, you don't. Oh. You're too strong, baby. See, it's going to rip right there. Right there. I took all the stuffing out of it so he wouldn't eat it. Just in case there was something in his tummy. Just in case it's getting in your tummy. Oh, you think so? Oh, you think so? Oh, God. He's strong. I just have to tell you that. Why do you want to destroy everything? Hello, Mark. How are you? Why do you have to destroy everything in life? Including my heart. He's destroying my heart, too. So sad. Well, he's feeling better, so he's on antibiotics, and then he wants to give it back to me to pull it, but then I try to take it, and he grabs it and starts growling. He's so funny. What? What do you want? Boop. Boop. You're so slobbery. Ew. See, it's ready to rip. See it? I have to find him another one of these. He loves these toys. He loves that one. Yeah, it is a good workout, except it. Oh. I feel like my arm's going to get pulled out of its socket all the time. But hey, at least he's having fun, right? So my best friend sent me this T-shirt. I wore it real quick on a short video last night to say thank you, but it is my love, Stevie Nicks. I love her so much. She is like my idol. And like I said on the video, I'm telling you, if I was gay, I would marry her. Well, I don't know about marry her, but I'd take her out on a date, that's for sure. I'd take her on a date anyways, even if I'm not gay. Maybe I'd turn gay for her. I don't know. Men kind of suck. So I don't know. Sosa. Oh, see, he's watching. Look. He's watching Doggy TV. When I went to work today, I turned it on for him, and he's been watching it the whole time. I like this one because it's not just all mellow, relaxing music. It's like shows the dog's actually doing stuff, playing and stuff. But then he'll get up to the TV and he'll go. He'll be like he wants to play with them. What? What are you looking at me like that for? But I can tell he's still a little under the weather because when I got home from work and took him for his walk, and he was slow. He was moving slow. He wasn't like trying to run and pull me like he normally does. So I was like, now listen, there's nothing against you guys, not against anybody. But I really was contemplating coming on tonight. I'm like, I'm really tired and excuse me. I'm really tired and I do have some stuff I need to get done. And I was like, but I keep saying, well, I'll come on, we'll play games. But it's already getting so late for people on who are 3 hours later than me. So I'm like, shit, I'll just come on and maybe say hello and see how people feel. See if they want, if they still want to do this, or we can postpone it for another night. He likes TV, yes. He does. You like the TV, baby? Come here. Your toy's on the ground. Do you want it? Look at this thing. What? Look, he's like, what are you doing with that? Look. Look at this. Look, it's ripped. So he's trying to get it to rip in half. He just wants it to boop. Do you want it? Okay, here we go. Maybe this time. Want me to pull it? Okay, let's see what happens. Hold on. Ready? Okay. Come on, get it, Mr. Tough Guy. Get it, Mr. Tough Guy. Come on. Get it. Come on. Just don't puke, whatever you do. Don't puke. I love it when he hops back. It's so funny. It's so cute. Get it. 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 Ow. Get it. Oh, you're strong. Oh, there you go. Hi, Native. Ow. Hi, Yvette. His tooth accidentally hit my finger. So you guys, don't eat that. So I went, when I was out driving around yesterday, working and stuff, there was this garage sale, okay? This huge garage sale. I'm going to turn this down a little bit, honey. This huge garage sale. Hold on. Volume. Okay. Okay, I want to show you guys something. What? Jeez. I just came down there. Now I'm going back upstairs. Now you have to run all the way back upstairs. So you're a little shit. You know what? Okay. Watch out. Oh my gosh, this is not your jungle gym. Lay down. So, there was this garage sale, and I got my little granddaughter some stuff. Seraphin, hello. No, he doesn't bark mean, Mark. No. He just looks out the window like he starts jumping up and down like he wants to play already. Hi, Rob. Sosa's doing much better. I think he's still recovering. He's on antibiotics. Like I said, when I took him for his walk today after work, he was really slow. I expected him to have a ton of energy, but because I was gone at work. And my son's not back from his little weekend getaway yet. So he was here by himself. Go get it. My daughter and her fiance came yesterday while I was at work and hung out with him. So I already got these clothes washed and everything. So you guys, these are okay. I just have to show you. So I got her these little Crocs. How cute are these? And you know, my daughter has a pair of Crocs. That's the only reason I got these. And you can put little cute little things in these holes, right? So my daughter has like avocado. She's got, you know, just different things she likes. So I got these little Crocs. I know they won't fit her for a while, but Sosa, lay down. Lay down. Lay down, buddy. And then I got her this little jersey. How cute is this? Smells like fabric softener. Smells so good. Go lay down. Lay down. Sit. Sit. He's like, I want to see. Got her this cute little jersey. Then I got these little pants. They're like sparkly. They have little sparkles on them. I don't know if you can see them. But they're cute little sparkly pants. Are these so cute, you guys? Oh, they're 12 months. You know, I mean, kids grow out of clothes so fast. So she will fit into these, especially with that diaper that they wear. I just thought this was really precious, the colors of it and stuff. I thought this was really cute. It's just a little onesie. How cute is it? So I got her that. And then these little tights. And I figured like with a little white skirt or white leggings or something, this little vest. How cute is this? Oh my gosh. This is Carter's. Or some little jeans or something. Some little jeans. And then this little top. I'm going to have to iron this probably. Sorry, Sos. How cute is that? It's just a little top. This is Gymboree brand. They had so many clothes. I'm like, okay, we don't need that many. And then this is Gymboree, 6 to 12 months. This is a little dress. So I am so friggin' excited. I mean, she can wear these with little leggings or whatever. So my favorite are the Crocs and the jersey. Those are my... Pew, Sosie, did you fart? Woo, Sosa. Damn. Stinky boy. Seraphin, where have you been? Hi, Lexi. So, Seraphin, you haven't heard the news. I'm going to be a grandma. My daughter's prego. You guys, and she's starting to show. It's so friggin' cute. And her fiance is so attentive to her. So, you know, just very concerned about everything, wants to make sure she's doing everything right. Thank you. Yes. And Seraphin, it's a little girl. It's a little girl. Darn knows, have I've been gone for that long? You've already well, she's not here yet, but she's due in November. And her name is Paisley. Let's see. Her name is Paisley. Okay, let's see. Let me make sure I haven't missed anybody. Shut the front door. Yep. Yep. I'm so excited. My first grandchild. So, yeah. Thank you, Seraphim. What have you been up to? Are you still in Mexico? Mexico? You still over in Mexico? Here, I'm going to put these back. I don't want these to get dirty. Are these the cutest, though? These little Crocs? Oh my God, shut up. Look at these things. So cute. So you have gas, Bubba's. Woo! Dang. You stinky boy. You're a stinky, stinky boy. You're a stinky boy. Why are you such a stinky boy? So I was going through all the stuff in my room and I came across this. Look at those babies. That's my son and daughter when they were babies. Aren't they cute? She's not happy. she's crying, but look at how I dressed them. Like, this is how they dressed all the time. You made your life there already? Well, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy to see you, Seraphim. I've missed seeing you around. But look, that's how they were dressed all the time. He always wore these little sweater vests, and he hated it. Hi, Robert. He absolutely hated it. But they both were blondies when they were little. They were... Oh, maybe Sosa's going to give me a few minutes to myself. Maybe. And this was my son, one of his modeling pictures that he did. How cute. Look at that little stud. Oh, I guess not. Sosa's right here, huh? You're just right here to say hello, huh? What? So I've been cooking for him. Thank you, Yvette. Hi, Word Salad. I work as a private security guard and slowly trying to rebuild my life. Do you have a girlfriend, Seraphim? The house, remodeling it. You were doing that, I remember. Yeah, they were the most beautiful kids in the world. I mean, we all think that about our own kids, right? And Sosa's the most handsome boy in the whole wide world, huh? I'm sorry, I don't agree with that lady that said, you shouldn't own an animal unless you have $5,000 girlfriend and have a kid. You should, Seraphim. Spread that Seraphim love. I'm just checking on Sos, make sure he's okay. What was I just gonna say? Hi, Miss Vagina. Yay! What was I just gonna say? I was gonna say something. You guys remind me. What was I just gonna say? Something came out of my mouth. I was just gonna say something and I don't remember what it was. I don't remember. But oh yeah, the lady that said you shouldn't own an animal unless you have $5,000 set aside for their vet bills. Okay, well, here's the thing. I've always agreed with the fact you need to have money set aside, right? But I say this. If you can't afford to feed your pet, take them to the vet and get their vaccines. If you can't afford, their flea medication, their food, all that stuff, then yes, you shouldn't own a pet. But can someone please tell me who has $5,000 set aside for their animal right now? Talk to me a year ago. I probably could have said I'm pretty close to it. Now, no. So And she said, well, take him up to the adopting place. And I'm like, no. And that's another thing. Absolutely not. So he's almost 4 years old. So I should just go surrender him to a new home after we're the only ones he's ever known. Ugh, that pisses me off. Yes, Mark, it's terrible. They are. I mean, and a lot of people do, and I'm not putting those people down who do surrender their pets because they can't afford it. But I mean, that shows love, definitely. But I'm not in the place yet where, I have to do that. Yeah, they don't do payments in this fucked up state. Sorry, but it is. I mean, he's so into this. What? I was just showing you. So now he's watching it again. So today it was nice because it wasn't so hot like it has been. It's gonna be cooler the next few days, which I'm glad. He caught us, Miss Vagina. Shh, shh, don't say anything. Don't say anything. I'm such a terrible mom. Remember people with kids, they used to use the television as a babysitter. Well, now that, I mean, I've off and on put on shows for him like this. Usually he gets bored with them, but this one, I've never seen this one before last night. Last night is when I discovered it. And I'm like, and he sat there and just plopped down and watched it. Sometimes he would jump off the bed and go right up to the screen and try to sniff them and stuff, but he's totally enthralled with this. I'll stay with my pet Rock and visit other people's pets. It's so cute, Miss Vagina. Oh no, here he comes. Guess what he wants to do? What, baby? Here we go. Don't say I didn't do anything for you. Honey, you're going to throw up. Come on. You're on antibiotics. I don't want you to puke. And this one's too hard for you to pull. Come here. You got something in your eye. Come here. Come here. Come here. This blanket is the blanket I use. I can mess up. Okay, get it. Come on. Get it. Come on. Okay. See, this one's too hard. Go get a different one. Oh my gosh. Critter Cam. I've caught the cat and the raccoon munching. So, like I was telling everybody, I almost didn't come on because I'm so tired. And I was like, but I've said the last couple nights I would come on tonight, and I know you guys will understand if we have to push it out. I'm really tired. Actually, after work today too, I started helping this. Well, there was this man and this woman in the store, and they asked, they were talking to the people that worked there, and I was like, what's going on? And the lady said there's two 10-year-old girls missing. And I'm like, what do they look like? Like, where were they last seen? Da, da, da. And I said, do you know them? And she goes, one of them is my granddaughter. And I'm like, what do you mean missing? Like, what happened? Are the police? Have you called the police? Whatever. She said, yes, the police were just at that store. So what the girls had told, they're 10 years old, you guys. What the 10-year-old girls had told the grandmother was that they were going to go hide in a store, but that they were running away or something like that. And I'm like, they could be anywhere. So I start driving around, going behind buildings, like looking, stopping and looking in some of the like Subways and, Taco Bells, places like that. Pew, you stink. Oh, woo, dang. It must be those eggs you had. But last I've known, there's been a lot of people out looking, but they haven't been found as of yet. So I don't think they've said anything on the news about it yet. What are you doing, baby? Stop. Hold on. Let me see. So, calm down. Let me see something really quick, guys. Okay, that was March 29th. Hold on. Okay, no. Nope, there's nothing on the news about it yet. There's a missing persons website. So, no, native, typically no, but being he's sick, since he was sick, the vet told me to do boiled chicken and rice only, and then my best friend told me to do eggs and rice. So that's what he's had, and he's done very well so far. Fingers crossed. I've given him an anti-nausea pill once. He has his antacid pills, she calls them, or whatever, and then his antibiotics. But he has to take an antibiotic every 8 hours. And I'm sure, that's probably why he's slower than normal. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. What are you doing? And my son, he's been gone for a couple days. As soon as you get Sosa on a steady diet, the funky farts will come down a lot. Yeah, aside from this, Rob, with his regular food, he eats a pretty good, he eats pretty good food. But I feel like, I don't know, I still feel like I haven't found the food that I'm really comfortable for him. Like right now, he's eating that Stella and Chewy, I think it's called Stella and Chewy, something like that, food. They've got one that's like red meat and something, and then they have fish ones. They have a few different ones. I know what's giving him the gas. It's the eggs. Damn. Woo! Those ones smell ripe. I gotta go since the soccer game started. Thank you, Seraphin. After she's born, I will be bringing her on here. I will definitely let her make an appearance on here. And poor Sosa's sick. Thank you, Miss Vagina. Yeah, I had to take him to the vet the other morning. Goodbye, human. No, what did we used to call you, Seraphin? Lord of Darkness, right? Lord of Darkness. But Miss Vagina, he was really not himself the night before I took him in. I was just praying, God, please just let him make it through the night. Just let him make it. I called some emergency vets. Nobody was taking new dogs. So I was like, please just let him make it through the night. And he did. So then I took him down to the vet and dropped him off. I went to work while Sosa was at the vet. And because they had to squeeze him in, they didn't have any appointments. So she saw him in between other doggies. Bye, honey. Do evil deeds. So I've been watching a lot, you guys, on Kensington and the drug epidemic, everything. And I came across, well, I was trying to wake up at like 5 o'clock this morning. A lot of times I'll turn on YouTube and I'll just let it play, right? So I won't even know what's on. I'm just laying there and then something new will come on. Well, there was something on Como 4 and they were talking about, the drug epidemic and all that, and how somewhere in the state of Rhode Island that they're doing something that seems to be working. And so I listened to it and I'm like, you know what? That's awesome. Like what they're doing, they have a 93% success rate after people get through this whole, and I want you guys to hear it. A 93% success rate after people get out of jail. So when they're in jail, they get to go through this program. There's just a lot of cool. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Oh, I want to play this for you too. So I listened to, it's kind of like a podcast. It's on YouTube though. So before Chris Watts, there was another guy named Chris. And these two cases are so eerily the same, but yet different. This guy's name was Chris. He had a wife and 2 children. And he went to work. And then he starts texting his wife and calling his wife, making sure you're up to get the kids ready, yada, 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 while he went to the gym. Yeah, he was trying to make a cover for, oh, it wasn't me. I was messaging her. I was concerned, yada, yada, yada. Kind of like Chris Watts did. You had to work. Well, yes, I did. Yeah. I have to work, Miss Vagina. Like I said, I have to work 7 days a week. Like I can't miss work. And especially with that vet bill too, So I just had to, so. But I want you to hear this.
If you're in a relationship,
Hold on.
you're going to want to listen to this. There is one thing that could be stopping you and your partner from having a healthier.
Okay. Is he home? I think he's home. Hold on. Listen.
A husband is returning home from an early morning workout and calls police as he's just a few minutes away.
Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you can hear it.
Asking them to check on his family, since his wife hasn't answered his calls or texts all morning. He's concerned, given that he's recently been receiving death threats towards his wife and young sons. So why would he risk leaving them alone? And why the urgency now that he's just minutes away from being home? Come find out as we explore this high-profile case as you've never seen it.
It's raining. Yeah.
Welcome back to Crime A to Z, where we detail cases and criminals from their very beginning till well after other reporting ends. Today we'll be talking about the Coleman family murders and how 3 innocent people's lives were selfishly stolen from them.
That's what they're called. Coleman.
You'll learn how the killer laid what is now an obvious trail of breadcrumbs on his lengthy journey to the killings.
Coleman family murders. That's what it's called.
Christopher Coleman, known as Chris to family and friends, was born in 1977 to parents Ron and Connie Coleman, both
And
Christian
the parents
evangelical
are
pastors.
a lot like Chris Watts.
Chris had 2 brothers, but was the quietest and most reserved of the bunch. In junior high, he was described as very kind, a team player, and someone who never lost his temper. In high school, Chris was
Sound
inspired
familiar?
when a U.S. Marine Corps recruiter visited his school, which led him to join the Marines right out of high school. It was there where 22-year-old Chris, attending a K-9 training seminar at an Air Force base in San Antonio, met 21-year-old Sherry Weiss, who was at the time an Air Force military police officer attending the training. Sherry was born to parents Angela DeSicco and Donald Weiss in 1977 as well, and was raised in Cook County, Illinois. In August 2007, just 3 months after the couple had met, Chris brought Sherry to Chester, Illinois to meet his parents. From the start, Sherry didn't impress Chris's Christian parents. Chris's father, Ron Coleman, recalled that she was a worldly little girl, little short shorts, tattoo on her leg, not the person we thought he'd be with. Just one day after that meeting, the couple would
She
elope to
had a
Chicago.
tattoo, you guys.
Chris's parents would
dare
later
her.
claim that Chris immediately regretted it, stating that he was repentant. After the elopement, Chris's parents learned that Sherry was pregnant. Chris and Sherry welcomed their first son, Garrett, in 1988, and his second son, Gavin, in 2000. The family settled into a comfortable 2-story home in Columbia, Illinois, not far from Chris's parents in Chester. Chris landed a job as a personal bodyguard for Joyce Myers of Joyce Myers Ministries.
Joyce Myers,
Joyce
you
knew the
guys.
Colemans and was a popular televangelist and head of an international Christian ministry.
And the devil fills our minds with junk.
Joyce originally hired Chris to work on her security team, but he was soon promoted to be her personal bodyguard, earning a salary of $100,000 per year as he traveled with her
$100,000.
worldwide for speaking engagements. The extensive travel had its pros and cons, the main con being that he was traveling more often than he was home, which caused friction between him and Sherry.
You think?
Adding to the friction was Sherry's complaint that Chris was not affectionate. She even confided in one friend that after she and Chris were intimate on a certain occasion, which hardly ever occurred, he told her afterward not to take it to mean, that he loved her. And there were also arguments about money, with Chris being the only person bringing in an income and Sherry enjoying shopping and donating to charities.
Oh my gosh. So he
Regarding
said, after they were intimate together, you guys, he said, don't take that as I love you. What? Wait, what? And he's working for Joyce Myers as a bodyguard? And he tells his wife, after they make love, don't take that as I love you? What the F? At that point, I would have said, see ya, buddy. We're done. You don't love me? I'm out. What an asshole. Psycho.
Despite Sherry's grievances, she shared with friends that she loved Chris too much to give up on their marriage. Then in 2008, their marriage took a turn for the worse. Chris shared with friends that he was planning to divorce Sherry after the holidays. Around the same time, Sherry told friends that she suspected that Chris was having an affair with an old high school friend of hers that she had introduced him to.
An affair.
She even told
Imagine
one
that.
friend bitterly, "You want to see the woman my husband's having an affair with?"
Wow.
And she pulled up a photo of a woman named
Her
Tara
friend.
Lentz on Facebook.
Her friend.
But still, Sherry wanted to make their marriage work.
That reminds me of somebody.
It was
on
toward the end of that
YouTube.
same year, on November 14,
Homewrecker.
2008, that Chris also started receiving threatening emails and letters
Homewrecker.
expressing extreme animosity and hatred toward Joyce Myers. But strangely, instead of threatening Joyce, the letters threatened harm against Chris and his family. The message read in part, "Tell Joyce to stop preaching the bullshit, or Chris's family will die. If I can't get to Joyce, then I will get to someone close to her. If I can't get to him, then I will kill his wife and
Don't
kids."
give me a break.
Chris shared the threats with police.
That's so
And
obvious.
since the detective sergeant happened to live across the street from Chris, he set up a surveillance camera to watch Chris's house and mailbox. Patrol cars also began patrolling his home frequently. The threatening messages came regularly until April 27th, with the final letter that read in part, "I'm giving you the last warning. Stop today or else. I'm in your schedule. You can't hide from me forever. I'm always watching. Your worst nightmare is about to happen."
Oh my gosh.
It's the morning of May 5th, 2009. Chris left his home on Robert Drive at 5:43 a.m. to go work out at a
Sounds
gym across the
familiar.
river in St. Louis.
What time did Chris Watts
Rather than
leave
wake
his
her
house?
before he left, he called his wife, Sherry, at 5:43 as he was pulling out of the driveway to make sure she was awake. She
Isn't it
didn't
like
answer.
5:46
He then
or
texted her
something?
several times afterward with no response. His last text read, "Are you awake? I know you was tired last night. I have about 5 minutes left on cardio, then I'll be home. Hello, you up?
Oh, please.
Time to get the kids up." Chris would later tell police that he was worried that Sherry wasn't answering, even though he went on to complete the cardio workout he referred to, then work out an
And he
additional
never did that.
15 minutes after that. At
He didn't
6:43, on his way home from working
the
out,
gym
Chris
and
called his
messaged
detective neighbor, Detective Sergeant Justin
So,
Barlow, and asked him to check
yeah.
on Sherry and the boys, concerned that he wasn't getting a response. He told
Mhm.
Barlow that he was on his way home and was just about 5 minutes away. Cell
Okay.
tower records show that after that call, he actually drove past his highway exit, then made an additional call to the Columbia Police Department, asking them to check on his family as well. Barlow meets an officer from the Summit Police Department at the Coleman home. They
Loser.
quickly find that a basement window at the back of the
Piece of
house is
shit.
open, and its screen is out. They immediately call for backup and enter the home through the open window, where they instantly smell the fumes of spray paint. Then, sprawled on the walls, are numerous red spray-painted messages, including, "I am always watching. You have paid," and "punished," among profanities and other messages. Chris arrives home at 6:56 a.m., having taken 13 minutes to complete what should have been just a 5-minute drive. Police advise him to wait outside as they proceed through the home, confident that whatever else they find can't be good. Soon after, they discover the bodies of 31-year-old Sherry, 11-year-old Garrett, and 9-year-old Gavin,
Why
all strangled.
the kids? Come on. I mean, why the
As
wife
they head
too?
back
but
downstairs,
the kids?
one of the officers warns the other officers that this might be our guy, limit what we tell him.
So disgusting.
The officers informed Chris that his family didn't make it, but nothing further. Chris doesn't ask what happened, who did it, how they died, or forced to be allowed
He
in.
knows why.
He sits on the ground and begins to sob. He then calls his father. At the scene, observers notice scratches on Chris's arms and bring it to the attention of the officers. And shortly afterward, as Chris is being consoled in an ambulance, he looks down at red marks on his right arm and asks, "How did that get there?" He then proceeds to start banging his fists on the gurney, so he can later claim that that's how he acquired the scratches.
Wow.
Chris
Wow.
was brought to the Columbia Police Department for questioning, where he gave his account of what happened that
What,
morning.
baby?
Well, I set my alarm clock for 5:30 and then use my phone for my alarm clock. And got up at 5:30 and then back on. Got these clothes here got on and went to the bathroom and basically got in the truck and left. And drove off. I got to I don't know where I was at, but called Sherry to wake her up, get her going. And she didn't answer.
When you never did that before, you all of a sudden care, huh? Loser.
And so I went on
What, baby?
to the gym, to Gold's Gym, and over by Ronnie's Plaza in South City. And started working out. I text her at some point.
What's he
I might even call her again. I don't remember. I could probably look at my phone if you want me to.
Did you guys have a home phone number too?
Jeff,
Or just
So we just used locations. So I text her, and then she still didn't respond. And probably now it had to been
So it's after the party.
well after 6 o'clock sometime when I texted her or called her. I'm sure it's still on her phone. What time it was. And
Okay.
she didn't respond. That's not like her because the kid should have been up and stuff.
She didn't respond because she was
Getting up
dead.
and going
Asshole.
and so I called her again.
Loser. Piece of
Called her
shit.
again on the way back, or when I was getting ready
What?
to leave, and
What, baby?
she didn't respond again, and it started getting a little concerned.
I'm
It's
addicted
not
to
like
those
that.
lint
Use the
brushes.
phone. Sometimes she won't
I'm
answer. She's in the
addicted to
shower,
lint brushes.
But she was calling me back right away.
Okay, let me see.
And so she
Well,
didn't
leave
do
them
that
be.
at all. So that's when I called you.
During the interrogation, Chris mentioned he was cold and requested a blanket from the officers. The officers brought him a blanket,
Death
but
night.
once he received it, the only part of his body he covered up was his scratched arm. Chris also never asked during the interrogation or
Yes.
otherwise
Oh, so you've heard
whether
of
his own
this?
security system or the neighbor's security system had been
Mark,
checked to
you've
see
heard
if
of
the
this?
killer had been recorded. But police had already checked the neighbor's footage and were aware that no one either came to or from the Coltman home, other than Chris. They asked
I
Chris if he had
do,
any
Mark. I
marital
do
problems,
everything.
and he said he didn't. He admitted to having a close friend, Tara Lintz, that Sherry introduced him to in November of the
I
prior
mow
year,
the lawn.
2008.
I
but
weed
that they
eat.
were just
I
friends.
pull the weed. I do everything.
Tara Lintz was already being interrogated in Florida.
Okay,
She
so
acknowledged that they were indeed.
the girlfriend was already being interrogated in Florida, right? Oh, you did follow it. Okay. So I haven't heard of it before, but isn't it eerily, it's so ironic that it's so similar in certain aspects, in others not so much. But so the girl, his girlfriend, which was his wife's friend, right? Who she introduced Chris to, and they ended up having an affair.
Having an affair, and that they planned to marry the following year.
They were going to get married.
Have you been in a relationship with Chris?
Since late November, early December.
Where all you guys been together?
Phoenix and Hawaii, Maui.
What would he tell his wife when he was gone?
What?
We did just till that he was working.
She also shared that Chris planned to serve Sherry divorce papers on that very day, the day that she ended up being murdered. During Chris's interrogation,
Just divorce
findings
her.
from the search and early analysis of physical evidence were constantly being delivered to the officers conducting the interrogation. So they knew early on that the victim's time of death was well before Chris stated that he left the home. Police used their expert interrogation strategies to try to get Chris to acknowledge what was becoming more and more clear.
We've got this information, you're saying it, and we're giving you opportunity to give us something contrary to what you told us before. So then, okay, yeah, all right, that would make sense. That hasn't happened. That hasn't happened. Listen, man, she wasn't alive when you left.
She was alive.
She
She was laying right beside me.
Listen to me. We can go back and forth with this all day long, but the physical evidence doesn't lie. She was not alive when you left this morning. The children weren't alive when we left this morning.
Yes, they were.
No, come on, Chris. We gotta get over this. Now there's reasons, and that's the point we're at. I want to hear the reasons. Now is when we need to find out what happened, man. It's so important. You're at a great point to be able to help us to try to figure this out. We already know what happened. We need to know why it happened. All right, listen. Listen, no, you do know what to tell us. Come on, Chris. She was not alive when you left. The children were not alive when you left. You know that's true, and I know that's true. We need to clear this up now. We need to clear it up now. Did something happen? What happened? What was going on in your life, Chris? Because I can't buy what you're saying. The physical evidence does not lie, Chris. It does not. She was not alive when you left, period. The physical evidence does not lie, man.
What do you want me to tell you?
The truth.
I'm telling you
How
the
did
truth.
we get to this point? That's what I need to know. I need to know how and why we got
Joyce
to the point
Meyer
we're at
had to
right now.
testify
We both know you're not
too,
telling me the
guys.
truth. We both know that.
Joyce Meyer
I've
had
done
to
this a long
testify
time.
in
I'm
this
looking
case.
into your eyes, and I can tell you you're not being truthful, Chris. We need an answer. Our answers, as bad as this sounds, as bad as this looks, or you may think it looks, we understand, and I've talked to many people who have given me reasons, and it's like, you know what? Okay, all right, I can understand how somebody might have been feeling that at that time, and maybe they acted on it, and they shouldn't have, and they regret it. There's no way to turn the
Yes.
clocks back. You can't turn the clocks back. You understand that, don't you? You can't turn the clock back. The only thing you can do.
Well, yeah, when they were asking her questions, Mark, she said she has people that work for her that have been divorced, hi Saint Sinister, nice to meet you. You've been here before, haven't you? And thank you for saying I'm beautiful. That's really sweet. Here's a big kiss for you. So she said she has people that are divorced that work for her. She said every situation is different. But if you are the one who's having an affair and then you go and file for a divorce, no, you don't keep your job pretty much. Because there's people such as myself who stayed married as long as it took until the other person files for a divorce, and you have no control over that. You can't, oh, it's got this. I have to put batteries in here. I thought I could plug it in. Oh, wait, hold on. So, you can't help, you help me speak English. Joyce has a posted. Joyce has a pasted also? A past? Is that what you're saying? So what's your show? Hold on. Okay.
From this point, and we need to know what and why it happened. Come on, Chris, help me out with this.
I'm telling you, I already told you. I told everybody. I told the guy in the ambulance. I told you. I told him.
The more we go back like this, the more it makes me think that there maybe even isn't a good explanation for it. I mean, we need to know what happened.
I can put these in the other room.
On this, she was alive when I left. We know that's
These
not true,
ones.
and there's nothing we can do about changing that. If we know she wasn't
I need
alive
other
when
ones.
you left this morning, there's got to be an explanation.
Oh,
Now is the time to
Native,
tell
I'm
us.
sorry,
Now is the time to
honey.
get this out of the open.
Dental is very
I don't know what else
expensive.
to tell you.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You have
I'm
to tell
sorry,
me the truth,
sweetie.
Chris.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm always worried I'm going to chip
Are
my
you involved
teeth
in her
too.
death?
No.
Okay.
So
Chris
he's
would
sitting
not
there
confess.
lying straight to them.
So while the information pouring in was squarely pointing at Chris as the murderer, there wasn't enough evidence yet to charge and hold him.
Is
So
it a
after
front
6 long
tooth,
hours of
Native?
interrogation, Chris was free to leave.
Is it a front tooth? So they had to let him
A funeral
go.
was held for Sherry,
temporarily.
Gavin,
Okay.
and Garrett on May 9th at Evergreen Cemetery in Chester. A few days after the funeral, Sherry's family had the bodies brought to a suburb of Chicago for visitation. Chris did not attend that service. And by mid-May, just a couple weeks after the
Made in
murders,
China.
family and friends were disgusted when they found that Chris had dismantled and thrown away the memorial and tribute that mourners had accumulated outside their front yard,
Honey.
along with having moved out numerous boxes of their
But
belongings.
is he telling the truth? No.
Meanwhile, detectives with the major case squad were building their case. Once the evidence was gathered and all
So
the
he
forensic
gets
results
sent
were in,
home, because there wasn't enough evidence to keep him. So he thinks, okay, well, I'm going to get away with this. Well, especially if you do not have dental insurance. Yes. Does the air cause pain to the tooth? Oh, gosh. Yes. That's terrible. I don't have dental insurance. So if my teeth, I don't know what I'm going to do. People used to think that I had braces, but now, as I'm almost 55, my teeth are like squishing together. So now this one's crooked. Yeah, this one. And this one's going in.
a clear picture
What do you
emerged, riddled with damning evidence against Chris. Chris began having an affair with his wife's friend Tara starting in November of 2008,
I know,
evidenced by
like
2
when.
rendezvous that they had in Arizona and Hawaii, as well as X-rated texts, pictures, and hundreds of videos featuring themselves.
X-rated.
They had plans
So
to marry.
those of you ladies on YouTube that get all smitten with all these guys on YouTube, better be careful, women. Especially you married ones, okay? Especially those of you who are married and you sleep in bed with your husband every night and you made babies with those husbands. Quit flirting and toying with the idea of another man on YouTube. No, you can't have this. Baby, you can't have it. You cannot have this. Don't do it. Stay loyal to the one you're married to. That's the problem these days. People just can't stay loyal. They always think everyone's so selfish. That's the problem. They think there's always something better out there.
January 2010. The Colemans had a trip to Disney World planned for July 2009. Tara wasn't happy about that, and as she would later testify, she told Chris that she didn't want him to go. She stated, "Chris told me he canceled it, but that Sherry had rescheduled it for the fall. I posed as Sherry in a call to Disney World to check. Chris planned a cruise with Tara to the Virgin Islands
Mm.
in place of the Disney trip. In the summer of 2008, Sherry texted a friend that Chris had beat her, and later that he wanted to leave her. Sherry stated that she went over Chris's head to his boss, Joyce Myers, who required them to go into couples counseling in order for Chris to keep his job. Chris was furious, and Sherry messaged the same friend that Chris said that, "I ruined his life, and he can't believe that he can't get away from me." A friend of Chris's recalled him complaining about his shotgun marriage, and that he worked 80 to 90 hours a week, quote, "protecting some millionaire lady I don't even like, while my old lady gets to sit at home in this nice big house." He went on to say that, "I'm making $100,000 a year, and I've got to drive around in a clunker." The friend said Chris often talked about not wanting to be with Sherry, but not knowing what to do, and that if he got divorced, he'd lose his job.
$2,000 is
After
going to
Christmas
be
that
needed.
year, Sherry confided
If
to
I
friends
had
that
it,
Chris
I would
wants a
give it to
divorce,
you, honey.
and
I
that
would.
she and the kids were in the way. Friends noticed the pain and worry that Sherry was going through around that time. But one friend noted that by early April, Sherry was entirely different, bubbly, and happy. She'd pick up the phone excited and giddy whenever Chris called. At church 3 days before the murders, she and Chris even answered the altar call invitation for a marriage blessing and went up to the altar to receive it.
Don't be mad.
And then, May 4th, 2009, the night before the murders, a neighbor reported that Garrett was supposed to stay the night at their home for her son's birthday, stating, "It was a tradition for Garrett Coleman to come over for my son's birthday. Garrett was supposed to come over one night, but later said he couldn't.
I would.
I recall them saying, 'Dad said tonight, it's not a good night.'"
That is so sad. So there was a tradition with a neighbor on, their son, on the neighbor's son's birthday. It was a tradition for Garrett, Chris's son, to spend the night over there. And he had to message his friend and say, "Dad said tonight's not a good night." I'm sorry, my dad says tonight's not a good night. He has to take my life instead. How sad. That kid had no idea what was coming. Why?
On May 5th, 2009, Chris Coleman awakes about 5:30 a.m., gets dressed, and leaves home, headed for the gym. To establish his alibi, he starts phoning and texting Sherry the moment he leaves and throughout his workout to wake her, a practice he had no record of doing in the past. On the way home, Chris makes the calls to Detective Barlow and to the police station, all while uncharacteristically taking a bizarrely long road home. Police,
he went the long
Chris,
way home.
his father, and Joyce Myers assemble at the home while the bodies are discovered inside. When Chris's father asks Chris if there's anyone he should call for him, he replies,
Native,
Yes.
do you do Cash App or PayPal or anything? Because I could, put it up for you if anybody would want to help you out. That's up to you. I mean, I could try to help in that way, but I don't have $2,000, or I would just give it to you.
Tara Lentz. Chris texts Tara himself just a few hours after the murder. No one calls Sherry Coleman's family to tell them of her or the boys' deaths for days.
No one called.
The time
The
of death of the
deceased
Coleman
family.
family is confirmed to be well before
How
Chris
sick.
left for the gym in the morning. Detectives called on the expertise of world-famous pathologist Michael Bawden, who starred in his own
It's
HBO
almost
series
over, you guys.
Autopsy. Bawden placed the time of death likely close to 3 a.m., and depending on factors, possibly even earlier than that. But he stated it was most
The
certain
time of death
before Chris.
was around 3 a.m., possibly earlier, but not later, like he's saying, like the murderer's saying. So they're putting the time of death around 3 a.m. or earlier, which means he was home murdering his family at that time.
Left the home. Upon examining Chris's bank statements from 3 months prior, police learned that Chris had purchased the exact brand of spray paint and color candy apple red, that was used to write the messages on the walls.
Wow.
Chris would claim that the killer found the spray paint in their home and used it. The threatening letters and emails contained misspellings that Chris routinely made in past communications of his, including misspelling,
Opportunities.
in several of the threatening messages. DNA found under Sherry's fingernails were consistent with Chris Coleman's DNA, but were not a definitive match.
What, baby?
Based on the IP address where the threatening
hungry?
emails originated, the
Are you
cybercrimes
hungry?
unit determined they were sent from Chris Coleman's laptop using his login information.
You hungry?
Chris Coleman was arrested and charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Hold on, baby.
After several lengthy delays, the trial finally began on April 25, 2011 in Waterloo, Illinois. Jurors were selected from a different county to avoid any claims of a tainted jury. The evidence was presented and multiple witnesses were called to testify, including Joyce Myers.
Joyce Myers.
She testified about the possibility of Chris losing his job had she known of the affair.
Now, I have to ask you, if the defendant were having an affair, if you had known that at the time, and I understand you've testified that you didn't, what effect would that have had on his employment?
If he would have been having an adulterous affair while he was still married, then it could have definitely affected his job.
Were there persons over the years that were terminated in situations like that?
We had situations where they were, yes.
Now, I have to ask you about the distinction here. What if it was a divorce as opposed to an adulterous affair?
Each situation is handled totally separately based on the circumstances. We have many people that work for us that have been divorced, and a person is not necessarily, do they lose their job because they get a divorce? It wouldn't have been the divorce so much as the immorality.
So, for instance, if a person in your employment, if their spouse filed for divorce against them, and perhaps they had little control over that, you might leave them in your employment. That's a possibility. Okay. And on the other end of the spectrum, if a person was having an adulterous affair and then filed for divorce from their spouse to be with that person, then their employment may have been terminated.
Out of there.
May have been, yes.
Okay. Do you think there was any situations of that in the past where someone was actually terminated under those kind of circumstances?
I believe so.
Well, if I win the lottery,
The
Native,
prosecution fought to
I'm
get the
sending
text
you
messages and
$2,000.
conversations between Sherry and friends admitted as evidence to help prove Chris's motive. Chris's defense argued that the messages and conversations were hearsay and violated the Sixth Amendment right to cross-examine witnesses. The prosecution responded, if Coleman wanted to confront his wife in court, he shouldn't have killed her. Any right to cross-examine was forfeited when Coleman killed her. The defense's strategy to assert that someone hacked Chris's computer to send the threatening messages
Oh,
and
please.
sneak into the family's home to commit the murders.
Gee, that
Chris
sounds
Coleman
as
did not take the
outlandish
stand during
as
the 9-day trial.
someone that we know
On May
on
5th,
YouTube.
2011, the
Hacked.
2-year
I'm
anniversary of the
hacked.
murders, after 15
For 7
hours
years,
of
I've been
deliberation over
hacked.
2 days,
Shut
the
up.
jury returned the verdicts. Guilty. On
Guilty.
3 counts of first-degree murder. After the case was over, the juror reported they thought the jury was going to be a hung jury until they inspected a photo of Chris and Tara, finding a printed date
Can
on
you
the back
imagine a
of
hung
October
jury?
28th, 2008. At that
Angelina!
point, they realized the couple had been having an affair before they admitted they
Oh
had,
my gosh,
which
where have
increased
you
the likelihood
been,
of Chris
girl?
plotting the murder and fabricating the threatening messages as a result of the affair.
Where have you been, sweetie? I know your health isn't good. Have you been declining or staying the same, or you remember this case? See, I hadn't heard of it prior to last night or 5 this morning, whatever time it was. Did I listen to it last night when I was going to sleep or this morning when I was trying to wake up? I don't remember. I haven't seen Angelina for so long. You guys, I'm so sorry to do this to you, but I'll be right back, okay? Hold on. Come on, Sosie. Come on. Come here. You hungry? Come on. Hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Where are you going? Okay. Okay. Want to send me a cash up and I accept it. Well, Native, hey, believe me, honey, I get it. The struggle is real, right? The struggle is real. We all have, why won't that go off? We all have issues sometimes, you know? Why will that not go off? How do I get that off? Okay, there we go. Hi, honey. How are you? Back in the old days, Smiths pulled teeth, no dentist. What the hell is going on? Ugh. StreamYard's really starting to piss me off. There we go. I'm doing all right. I am doing okay. I just had to go feed Sos. I had to make him some eggs and rice again. Sending positive vibes your way, Angelina. I must be because I need to leave for hospital so early for me. See y'all. Bye, Angelina. Thank you for popping in, honey. I will be praying for you that your health gets better. I mean, I know Angelina, you guys, has lupus. She's shared that with us before. Yeah, she just said it right here. I've been getting a plan for surgery tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Lupus complications. I'm so sorry, sweetie. Are you, is it your organs? Sure, it's unbelievable. And I pay like $18.99 a month for this shit. I think I'm going to cancel it. It's just, I don't understand it. They charge us all this money and then it's supposed to be unlimited streaming, but I only have 200 hours because I had to add to my plan. It's so confusing. I'm like, well, what are you charging me for then? I did listen to your guys' stream while I was working a little bit yesterday. I couldn't talk, but Angelina, honey, you'll be in my thoughts and prayers, okay? Lupus is nothing to joke about, and lupus is definitely nothing to lie about. Nobody needs to lie and say they have lupus when they don't for attention. I can't stand that. My esophagus attacked by lupus. Oh. Yeah. Did you see him? Yeah, that was it. I was like, did you put your face on there? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh. I didn't even, I want to see what he, I'm like, oh my gosh. You crazy. He's like, I don't give a, I go, honey, people are crazy. You don't want to do that. He goes, well, you don't want to know what he said. You don't want to know what he said. I go, honey, people are crazy. He looks 16. Yeah, he's really young. 25. Or he's really not young. I'm trying to find it where he came in. Let me see this shit. Son, don't be showing yourself on here. Someone said you look like you're 16, honey. That's a compliment. That means when you're old like your mama, when you're old like me, you'll look young. Well, so others say. I don't think so, but you know. Okay, I'm watching to see if I see if I see his face. Hold on. What did he do? Did he just come in and go upside down on the thing? That seems like to me something he would do. Hold on. Come here, you little shit. There he is. Didn't I say? He's a handsome boy though, huh? He's a very handsome boy. Oh my gosh, that kid of mine. Yes. Sosa, give grandma a break. See, my life never stops, you guys. It never stops. I'm constantly going, and I'm sorry I had to leave to go feed Sosa, but I had to do it that way because I gave him his antibiotic earlier, and then I gave him a anti-nausea pill. And you're not supposed to feed them for 2 hours after you give them the anti-nausea pill. So, I'm trying to follow protocol as much as possible with my work schedule and my, he's going to have some admirers here. Mm-hmm. Nope, Mark, he does not. I think he has once. Once. I think he did one time. But he did come home and say, I love you. Hi, Mom, I love you. So maybe he did some soul searching this weekend. All I can do is pray, right? Pray for him. That's all I can do. Just pray for my handsome man. There he is. Okay, I saw it. I saw it. Your boy doesn't mow the grass. Native, how old are you again, honey? I don't know. Have you ever told us? Dear Lord. Mark. Yeah, indeed, Mark. Bella frolicked in that fountain of youth. Oh my gosh, Angelina, you're so sweet. You're only 33? Well, I think he likes older women. You like older women, babe? Well, Native, you'd still want to make sure that he grows up a bit. So he still needs to grow up a bit. Anyone that's going to sit there and watch their mom walk their own dog every single day out in the dark and in the rain and in the snow and ice and mow and weed eat the yard. Yeah, I'd say after working a full day of work, I would say they have some growing up to do. That's for sure. When are you going to be back? Hold on. Look at what my best. Sosa? What are you doing? Okay, Sosa's back, you guys. Sosa's back. Back again. Good night, Angelina. Come on, get up here. I really don't have anything to say except, Calgon, take me away. I could model my cute little nightgown that I have. I'm just kidding. Remember that one? Let me show you guys. Remember? I'll show it to you again. It's so cute, but I don't have anybody to wear it for. It's a problem. I don't have anybody to wear it for. I have nobody to wear this for. Isn't that cute? It's a cute little number. I could be like somebody we know. Put this on put some bright ass lipstick on, poof my hair off. I'm saving this for somebody special. How about that? Isn't that cute? I love it. It's adorable. It's got little flowers on it. Thank you. Bella's brother stole her lawnmower at one time. You remember that, Mark? He needs to make it up with it. Uh-huh. You remember that? It's 12 a.m. there. Oh, so you're only 2.5 hours ahead of me, Native. Sure, I got this on this isn't the one I got on Temu. Oh Lord. Was it, you guys? Maybe no. I either got it on Shein or Temu. One or the other. I think Shein. I'm not. No one likes a shady bunch. A shady beach. Oh, no one likes a shady beach. It would look nice on the floor next to the bed. Stop it. You stop it. I'm trying to see. I really like this. I'll show you guys. I really like that. That's really cute, isn't it? I just like the neon lights. I don't know why, you guys. I like neon lights. Mom of sassholes. Ooh, I want that. It's 11:30 there. Good night, Native. Until next time. You like that? Yeah. Look at you guys. We all need one of these. Mom of sassholes. Wait. Does he have a? Is he seeing a girl? Because it was a guy I heard him talking to. Because I think he's leaving again. Look, here's an abstract painting, you guys. Shar, who does abstract paintings remind you of? Abstract paintings. Oh, baby stuff, you guys. I love the baby stuff. Welcome to the shit show. Oh, I hope you brought alcohol. You guys, they have some really cute things on here. I'm not kidding. My BFF, she's hooked. She said she's still expecting a couple more packages from them. Flush the fucking toilet. Flush the fucking toilet. That's right. Don't be a hippopotamus. Don't be a hippopotamus. I like that. Oh, here's one. We don't skinny dip. We chunky dunk. Who would that be good for? We don't skinny dip. We chunky dunk. Name it, Shar. Who am I talking about? I have this. I have that swimsuit. So you got some gas, buddy. Woo! Damn. So yeah, they have some. No way. These are socks, glitter thigh-high socks. Okay, stop it. Look at those things. I love that. That's what I need for our channel. Welcome to the shit show. That's cute, right? You should get that sign. Get that sign right here. And have that be your avatar. Welcome to the shit show. I hope you brought alcohol. Yep, that would be Trisha. Or the Beast, sorry. So sad. Native says goodnight. What are you sniffing over there? So sad. Native said night. Hey, get out of that. Native said night. That would be cute. And guess what? It's only $7.48 on Temu. We need to find an eggplant. Leather looks nice. I have trying to figure out how to play music. You know, when I heard you messing with it the other day, Shar, I was like, I want to talk to her. I can show you how to do it. You and I could actually go on StreamYards together, behind the scenes, and I could show you all of the, how to do it not live. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't get struck. You get a copyright claim depending on if you use the free music. StreamYards has a new thing. They have a few little songs on there, but it gets boring after a while if you play the same ones over and over. But you can actually play other music through StreamYards too. Sometimes you just won't get to monetize your videos. You won't get a copyright strike. You'll get a claim. And when you're monetized, the person who owns that music, sometimes you'll be partially monetized, or sometimes they'll get all of whatever you make off of it. So, yes, that would be awesome. Thank you. Yeah, send me your email, honey. I'm trying to think. Send me your email and in a comment, and then I'll get your email. Make sure it's just one you don't care about. It's just one you use for YouTube. And I can email you on there. And then I could send you a link to a StreamYard that I can pull up, and we can just be back there together. Just us. Hustle. That's cute. I hate my job. Oh, please. See, there's some really cute ones for gardening too. If you guys have a garden, tell your cat I said psst, psst. If you have a garden, there's some really cute stuff. Please don't do coke in the bathroom. Oh, this is cute. So many people channels going down in the true crime community. I do have a Twitter. I don't ever go on it, but I do have one. Did I get rid of my app? Let's see. Hold on. Nope. I got my Twitter app right here. Boop, boop. I'll have to look up my Twitter information. I do have a Instagram. I have a TikTok. So I could sit and look on Temu for hours. It's terrible. But what's cool about it is you can make payments, you guys. Like you can say you buy $100 worth of stuff. All you have to do is that when you place your order, you pay $25 down then. So that has to come out right then. And then they'll take out of your account 3 more times $25. Like every 2 weeks or every week or something. Is Mary Marlowe still single? Yes, she's still single. She's back to drinking and God knows what else. She was doing very well for a while, but I guess things just got a little bit, let me see, Mary Marlowe. I'm going to look at her channel really quick. Remember, Mark, we used to do Mary Marlowe. I used to talk about Mary Marlowe all the time. Now, I know she was going to start doing videos with a guy friend of hers, right? Quit taking my socks. Damn, can't a girl even have her own socks? Oh, here's an old video of Mary Hold on, here's an old video of this Listen.
And I don't know if in this lifetime I will luck out and win the lottery as far as love is concerned. I don't know. I hope not. I don't want it to be the case.
Her an armchair detective. You did, Mark? That's how you found this channel? Stop it.
Got myself a cup of coffee. You like my little rock? I'm married to a billionaire. I'm sorry, but it would be freaking amazing.
I want to find...
Yeah, you're Russian. Was that purposely an accent you brought out since your breed
We should go...
hacked all of us in two...
I really want us to watch some of those old videos one night. Like when I used to go do Mary Marlowe stuff. Remember? Remember she was just all over the place? She used to be a freaking nutcase. Okay, let's see if we can find... Do you remember her Trump rant? Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Where's her Trump rant? Oh, they don't have it in here. Dang it. Hold on.
The detectives.
Oh, gosh. Her in those glasses.
The detectives. Hey! An appointment this morning, and it's freaking bright. It's early, too.
Look at them glasses, you
Way
guys.
early. I hate traffic. Hate driving. I hate driving.
Okay, we get it. You hate driving. Well, there was one she did where she was she did a huge rant on Trump. Mary calling out the president was why. Yes, and she just said all kinds of like awful, nasty stuff. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. Damn it. I thought for sure it was on here. This is another channel that covered her. So, I can't find it. I can't find it. Wait, where's her channel? Oh, maybe she doesn't have a channel anymore. Mary Old Time Karen. Yeah, what happened to her channel? Did she take it down? Maybe she took it down again. Shar, you know what's funny? You know who? You know how I talk about Kensington and the drug things? It just so happened she just happened to mention it today. And then she also happened to mention there was something else I talked about. It was like in a couple of videos ago I did. Oh, and she's like, oh, in my hands, it's my arthritis. She's never said she's had arthritis before. And I always talk about my rheumatoid arthritis and my hands always red and swollen and hurt. And now all of a sudden, her hands hurt and it's her arthritis. Shut up. That girl, I'm telling you, she wants to seriously be a victim of everything. Oh, she does. Thank you, Mark. My BFF got it for me. Are you leaving? When are you coming back? Stop. Are you coming back tonight? I just need to know. When to expect you? Are you going to be back tonight or tomorrow? Oh my gosh, could you just tell me? I kind of would like to know. Okay, let's go. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, she's gone to a friend's tonight. She does. Oh, you did? Okay, hold on, honey. I don't see it. Hold on. Let me scroll up really quick. I don't see your email, honey. Does anyone else see her email? I hate that woman. I hate watching her, listening to her, anything to do with her. She's a piece of crap. Robert, who? Mary Marlowe? Are you talking about Mary Marlowe, Robert? I don't see the email. Yes, Mark, I have my nails done, and guess what? They're press-on. These are press-on. Aren't they cute? And one popped off yesterday, but it's because I didn't put it on right. Because you have to like file the inside to get them to stay. You have to file the inside of them too a little bit, and your nail on the bed of it, and then the nail glue. What? So, anyways, yeah. So, sure, that she's been anything bad that could happen, and anything bad that could happen to her has happened. And after everything she's shared and done, all these new things come up, even though it was from so many years ago, right? So gross. It's so gross. And anyone that lies about domestic violence she needs some serious help anyway, so. And nobody's jealous of her dilapidated titties. I'll tell you that either. Did her ex fall off the cliff? Mark, a lot of people said she pushed it. A lot of people said she probably pushed him. She probably flipped out. Yes, Robert. Well, we were talking about her and her Trump rant too. But somebody else thinks that all the women on YouTube are so jealous of her boobs. And it's like, who did I see made a comment? Oh, it was Moxie. I saw her post on her community tab about her double D's or something like that. And I'm thinking, yeah, us women who are so jealous have our own natural, nice, big, round, natural boobs. And they're not dilapidated. They're not wonky titties. So they're not wonky. One nipple's not pointing up and one pointing down. They're right where they need to be. I was shocked when I came back after all these years to see that she had an OnlyFans. I never thought she would go that low. Well, yeah, but remember, Shar, when she had out her Bible, one of the many times, I'm done with OnlyFans. There's more to me than that. I don't need to do OnlyFans. No, that's not where I need to be in my life right now. The next day, check out my OnlyFans. As she's like stroking on a can. Check out my OnlyFans. Oh, sorry, nip slip. God. Oh, let me grab the Bible again. So gross. So gross. Listen, there are people that do OnlyFans, okay? And that's fine. There are people that, oh gosh, sure, she does so many with the Bible, which is funny too. She never used to bring out her Bible. Who used to always bring out the Bible and pray, ask for prayers? This channel. Also, have you noticed, Char, when she says goodbye to everybody, now she does it just like me and goes name by name by name. I've never seen people do that. All of a sudden, and especially the way she used to do it, she would not ever name anybody. She'd just say, okay, bye, you guys. Oh, or no. Now she goes, okay, bye. Oh, bye, Robert. Bye, Mark. Bye, Two Old Birds. Bye, this. Thank you for. Yes. Now she goes one by one by one. Gee. I still wonder if Sean looks at her and thinks, oh my God, how could I ever? And it's always everybody else. It's everybody else that have been abusive to her. And it's funny how there's a certain channel that has got her back, definitely. I know you know who I'm talking about. And how they say Sean and Mandy can't keep her name out of their mouths. Nobody else can keep their name out of her. Well, that's funny because they haven't even been streaming for a couple weeks, right? And who's the one that's talking about them? Both of those people, the Beast and the channel that is trying to convince everybody she's so wonderful. You're right, Two Old Birds. That's right. What was it she said that I was like, oh my God, I know she heard that. I know she watched last night. What was it? I can't remember. There was something, and I'm like, okay. And she even mentioned me once. She's like, just like a few weeks ago, she goes, oh, get out of here. That's the one that thinks I'm jealous or I'm always watching her channel or something. And it's like, bitch, you're watching all of us. Shut up. MM without hours of makeup. Looks scary. Oh my gosh, Mark. MM. Which I have to admit, Mary Marlowe, when she, hit rock bottom per se, and she stopped drinking and she got a job, right? She got a job. And you could tell she went and did the ayahuasca. Now, I'm a little weirded out by all that ayahuasca stuff, but hey, if that's what works for her, she's been wanting to do it for years. So she did it. And hey, if it made her find peace within herself, she became not such a train wreck. She became where she took accountability for how crazy she was acting. The other thing too is, so people say, well, so-and-so can't keep the Beast's name out, or, Trisha's name out of their mouth. But so everyone is just supposed to sit back and let her go off about them all the time, and they're not supposed to have a response, or they're not ever supposed to say anything. No, that's not the way it works. Like, if she wants to complain, everybody's talking about me, they won't shut up, they're obsessed, they're jealous, they're stalking me. Okay. Then wouldn't you think if you wanted that to stop, you'd shut the fuck up about them? Excuse my language. Mark. Oh, Mary Marlowe? Yeah, I can see Mary Marlowe being a freak in the sheets. She probably is. I have to say, when I was younger, I was. I mean, I don't even know. I can't even relate now. But when I was younger, I was definitely a wild and crazy girl. I've told all of you, I've told parts of my story to you guys, but yeah, I was a slut. I mean, I was a partier. I went out with many different guys. I would get sick of them within a couple weeks and I'd dump them. And you know what's sick? And I don't know why I did this, but I always wanted to make a guy cry. I don't know why I did. I mean, now I look back and I think, God, what a bitch, but I did. I would tell them I wanted to break up with them. I tell them, I'm just not, I just need to move on. I would, until they would actually cry, I wouldn't let up until they would actually cry. And if there was anybody that didn't cry and was like, fine, fuck you, which I don't remember ever happening, then I would probably want that one. That's just the way it was. Did you write down my email? I didn't see it. It's not on my StreamYards in the chat. Let me look. I did. I had to make it. And especially there was a Sonics player that I dated. And oh my goodness. Hold on. I'm going to look on here. I had a girl make me cry when I seen the bars. That's funny, Mark. You're funny. I don't know why it was. I think it was just a sick, twisted thing I had in my head. Okay. Let me see if I can see it on here. I put my email in the chat. It's not showing. So maybe it's under comment. Let me go live chat. Let me see if I'm in live chat. Hold on. I don't see it. That's so weird. I don't see it. I wonder if we can't put emails anymore, you guys. I made a few cry when I was, ooh, you're crying? Really? LOL, you're young. Yes. She was what we sailors called a good girl. Who was, Robert? Me? Nah. So I'm wondering if it's not letting us put emails in here or showing us, because I'm not seeing it. I don't see it. That's weird. So yeah, I mean, I was a bitch, I guess. I experimented with all kinds of things. All kinds of ecstasy was my favorite thing to do. Oh, me? A good girl? Aw. I was a good girl until I was about 15. And then a guy ruined it. No, I don't see it either, honey. I don't see it. But there's something that happens when you grow up and you mature. You have a family, you have a husband, you have children. You change. You don't act like you're 16 anymore. I don't care. Even if you're divorced, who cares? Fine, go out and have fun. But to act like a trash bag? Come on. It's funny. Now there's 21 people watching. Gee, I wonder who that could be. I wonder who that could be. You know, I had high hopes for her. I did. But when somebody lies so much and you can't believe anything they say, it's like, yes, she does. That's right, Shar. Here's the thing. You have one day when she's saying this. The next day, she's saying something completely different. And then the next day, she's saying something completely different. But then she'll go back to, oh, I don't want to do drama. I don't want any part of it. I'm just minding my own business. But then 5 hours later, she's talking about Jeremy's mom's bird dying. And the bird didn't even die. That's what I'm saying. Like, just trying to cause trouble because she can't get any views unless she's doing drama, period. Me, I've always had a very small amount of views, and that's fine because I don't do drama. I'm not into I'm into true crime. I just don't do it on YouTube. I just come on here and chat with people, pray for people, whatever. But when you're somebody who wants to be famous, and you're such an attention seeker and you need it so bad that you post pictures of yourself 50 times a day and come on the screen, lying about things for attention, for sympathy, for donation or tips or whatever. Ugh, it's gross. Girl, please, have you seen her cooking? Oh gosh. Well, I saw the I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Do you remember? I don't know if you ever watched the video. It was like last summer or the summer before. She was sitting on her floor in her old place, drinking wine or something in her glass. And there were like 2 flies in the bottom of it. And she, oh, wild and crazy. Oh, you called that a good girl when they were wild and crazy. Okay, I got it. Bella had 2 brothers in one day. LOL, that's a party girl. No. Oh, yeah, 2 brothers. Yes. I thought you were saying like 2 brothers. No, seriously. I was in love with the initial brother, though. That guy was a model. He was so gorgeous. And then we broke up. I went out and got drunk, went downtown Seattle, went partying, ended up kissing his brother on the dance floor. And then there was there was 3 brothers. So I kissed his brother on the dance floor. And then his youngest brother ended up coming to my house later that night. There's 3 brothers. But the third one was not the cutest at all. I don't know why I even hooked up with that guy. Well, then he found out that I hooked up with his brother. And I got what I deserved. He said, well, he came to see me. We were going to try and work it out, but he decided no. That's the one and only time I remember ever being dumped. That's it. I did, Mark. Well, a couple of them that wanted me to, they were just players. I was like, nope, sorry, not interested. Sam Perkins being one of them. There was what was the other guy's name? God, what was his name? Hold on. Sean Kemp. That's and then the other guy that I did date, he was like 7'2". He was huge, so tall. Sure. Oh, I could tell you stories, girl. So what I'm saying is, yeah, I was a little hoochie back then. And I'm not going to blame it on my childhood, but listen, girls that come from the R word, molestation, and then not having a father figure around on top of that, and then a mother who's an alcoholic, like you, and then being kicked out of the house at 15 years old and living on your own at 15 years old. That's what happens. Like the first time that I'm not going to call it intimate because it was not my choice. I was raped the first time. I didn't even know it happened until he told me, until I actually got up and walked. That was horrible. And then I ended up seeing this guy on a bus years later. And oh my gosh, he grossed me out. He started I wonder if he got into drugs or something, because his hair looked all greasy and his face had pimples and stuff all over it. Well, thank you, honey. It was the 80s, and what a time. I used to go downtown and go dancing. Sean has like 18 kids. Does he now? I don't keep up with those guys. I just remember Sam, he was always baked. Always baked. We used to go down to Kachina's on Lake Union in Seattle. That was a hopping place we used to go. We'd go have a nice dinner. It was an Italian restaurant. Beautiful. And everybody would congregate in the bar and, pre-funk there and stuff. It was a lot of fun. Well, thank you, Mark. I am now, but I had to find my own way. I had to figure out my own life, and I give it to God. I say, I've had a relationship with God ever since I was a young girl. Did I know exactly what it meant when I was a young girl? No. But as an adult, if you really have a relationship with God, if you say you're a Christian, if you say you read your Bible, it's going to show. People are going to know. If you say you do, and I'll just use YouTube as an example. You sit on your channel and say, oh, I give it all to God. I pray to God this and I pray to God that. But then you're sitting there drinking, getting drunk, taking your clothes off and causing fights with people on YouTube, doing all kinds of crazy stuff, talking complete crap, lies about your ex, all that stuff. That is not somebody who has Christ in their heart. It's just not. That's not me judging someone. That's not me saying anything. It's just a fact. It's a fact. Because my pastor used to say, either sin will keep you from the Bible or the Bible will keep you from sin. Or you could say, same thing with church. You know, if you go to church and you're listening to the word and you have it in your heart, then you're going to try your best not to sin. We all sin, all of us, every day, all the time. But we can't sit there and say, we're doing this and this and this and this, but then our action shows something completely different. You just can't. And that's what people call hypocrites. And that's why a lot of people are turned off to Christianity or God or anything. It's us. We cannot do that. We have to. The world is supposed to be able to tell there's a difference between us and the world. That's just the way it is. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. He did years ago. That's, now that you say that, I think I remember. So sure, a lot of bad things can happen to us as children. A lot. And we can use that for evil or we can use it for good. And I chose, after my mother kicking me out of the house for no reason, she hated little girls. She didn't like girls. She didn't love me. She told me so when I was like 10 or 11, when I was going to bed one night. I don't love you like I love the other kids. I don't know why. It's not your fault. Why do you even tell me? Who cares? Why would you tell your child that? So subconsciously, whether it's in the forefront or not, I always felt I'm unlovable. My own mother didn't love me. What do you do with that? So what did I do for so long? I tried to earn her love. I tried to, spend all my babysitting money on presents for her. I tried to just whatever I could to try to earn her love. It never worked. So after being kicked out of the house at 15, what happens then? It's a cycle. Then you try to get that love from relationships. And then you end up just getting walked all over because it doesn't work. And what do? You end up picking people that treat you the way that is comfortable to be treated, and that is abusive from like your mother. Because if you get with somebody who treats you with love, kindness, understanding, it's foreign. It doesn't feel comfortable and you push it away. You're like, I don't know what that is, but it makes me feel weird. So bye. it takes a lot of work. But I will work on myself until the day I die. That's just the way it is. Every step, in life that we take, it usually comes from your history. So the phase of being a mother, I said, I don't want to be anything like my mom. And I wasn't. Thank God I was able to not be like my mother. I did everything the opposite of she did. I didn't let my kids go off and spend the night with people that I didn't know, because what happens when you don't know what's going on, bad things can happen to your kids. I would have never kicked out my child at 15 years old, not knowing where they are, if they're dead or alive. I mean, you have to make the decision to change, and you have to make the decision to do things different. And I've never hated my mom, even though she was mommy dearest. Really, she was like mommy dearest. I've never hated her. I've always loved her. But at the same time, I don't know why the last month or two, there's something I'm struggling with her. And I don't know if I'm finally fed up. And now that I'm setting boundaries in my life, she's only calling me because she wants something. So I'm not going to answer. That's what I've been doing lately. I haven't been answering. So then if something happens to her, I'm going to feel guilty as hell because I haven't answered. That's right. Well, the normal people do, Shar. Yeah. She was drinking. Who? My mom, Mark? Yeah, my mom was an alcoholic. You're honest. Lexi, I've told you guys all this before, I'm sure. Oh, my sister, Mark. My sister, I haven't heard from her. She hasn't called me back to let me know she's okay. I heard through the grapevine she took her husband back after he left her for 3 weeks or so with no money, no food, no nothing. Maybe your mom had a bad childhood. And see, interesting. I was adopted, so I was kicked out as a baby. Never had a problem with it. My ex-husband was adopted also, Mark. Some people have issues with that. Some don't, So, Lexi, I was listening to a lady on YouTube. No, this was something I wanted to share with you guys. I remember it was a channel who had a guest on it who was a psychologist, something like that. My brother's still doing amazing. Yes, I'm so proud of him. So, they were talking about we have to be careful when we chalk it up to, well, our parents had a bad childhood, which, yes, we need to recognize that. But before that, we have to recognize how they have treated us as parents. But that's, Lexi, that's what I always used to say. I forgive her. She came from a bad childhood herself, But again, is that an excuse, or is it a cop-out? Is it well, she's excused because she had a bad childhood? Or should she have tried to do better? Right? I did better. I would have had the, oh, it's okay. You had a bad child. I mean, are you kidding me? Being sent off with a drunk, not my mom, her good friend and her good friend's husband, both drunk, driving around, taking me with them to stores using a stolen credit card, where she gets arrested and I get hauled downtown Seattle, King County. This little girl scared to death, and I get taken to their motel, this sleazy, nasty motel. They're laying in bed. He's behind her, and I see the bed going, and he's like laying next, humping her while I'm sitting there watching TV. Disgusting. I mean, that's just one little. But Shar, you want to know another story that who just happened to come up with about a month ago? So I talked about how I got suspended from school. My mom made me leave the house at 7:30 in the morning and not come home until 3:30 in the afternoon because I was suspended. So I went and there was this vacant house up the street on the corner. The back slider door was open. So a lot of times I slept in there in the afternoon. Thank God I never got caught in that house. But there was another time where on the other block behind us, there was a man who invited me into his house to hang out. And I ended up falling asleep in his house, being in his house alone with him. I don't remember much else, but it's funny. So-and-so, you know who, all of a sudden had the same story. How crazy is that? What was this song your mom always sang? I forgot, but feelings, nothing more than feeling. That one. She used to sing it, lock herself in the room, and record herself on the reel-to-reel, thingies, crying. And I'm like, oh, what a miserable life this is. My life was miserable. It really was. It was miserable. I mean, I can't remember anything fun. We never did. We never went out on trips together, camping. We never went to the movies together. Nothing. Ever. Did nothing together. But it could have been worse. My mom always made sure there was food. She was on welfare, so she got food stamps. She used to give me the food stamps to walk 2 miles up to the store to buy her cigarettes too. They used to sell cigarettes to kids as long as they had a note from their parent. So I used to walk my happy ass in the summertime even. Anything could have happened. Thank God I didn't get abducted or something. Actually, it probably would have been better. No, I'm just kidding. That's not nice. There's so many things. Then there was that pastor that fell in love with me who was supposed to marry my husband and I, who started messing with my head, calling me at work, telling me he was in love with me and blah, blah, just all these crazy things. 100 bottles of beer on the wall. He had me bawling like at work, and he was just messing with my head. And he was married too. There's just so many weird freaking stories. Weird things that happen. Trauma, guys. Trauma. Lots of trauma. And how many people on YouTube, you guys, do you think have experienced trauma? 90%? One thing is with everything that happened to you. Thank you, Shar. I appreciate that. My therapist that I used to see, it got too expensive, so I quit seeing her. But I saw her for a couple of years. And she said that she's very shocked that I didn't end up on the streets with a needle in my arm. And I mean, again, it's a decision. It's a choice. And so when I watch those videos of these people in Kensington hooked on these drugs, I just wonder, what will it take for them to feel that life is worth living. What will it take for them to want to get their kids back in their life? You know, I agree, Mark. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have access to my kids. I mean, especially when they were younger. Are you kidding me? I couldn't be away from my kids. I didn't trust anybody with my kids. And to be in a completely another state, just out of it on drugs and not knowing what the hell's going on with my kids, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Hey, Bobby. Euthanasia. Needle. Oh, I'm talking euthanasia. I'm talking about, Bobby, I'm talking about in Kensington, you know, on the streets of, you know, Seattle's bad too. And like I was telling you guys earlier, Rhode Island is doing something amazing. The program, I mean, they're seeing a 93% success rate. Maybe next time I go live, I'll play that video for you from Como. And you can hear what they're doing. But it's working. Something has to be done. Too many people are dying. Too many people's families are being destroyed because of this shit that they've got on the streets in Kensington and everywhere else. This trank and all of this stuff that's eating their flesh. And it's so bad that it smells rotten, I guess. I grew up with were odd until they got jobs and had to adjust. Yeah. But these drugs are just they're getting sick now, you guys, 1 to 2 hours after their last dose. Okay. Some of them are saying they do 10 bags in a day. So maybe it's mixed with all kinds of shit. They have no idea what's in it, but they still do it. That's how strong that addiction is. But if they could go somewhere and they know that they could be helped through those withdrawals and come off it, then more people would be doing it. But because of the drugs that are coming into these places, and they have no clue how to treat the withdrawals now because they don't know what the hell's in it. I'll tell you this, it took me quite a while to finally put on my big girl pants and get off of the opiates. I was scared to death because I knew the withdrawals were going to be horrific. And that's just opiates in the pill form. Can you imagine shooting it and smoking what they're doing down there? Bud Light is worse. I have seen those videos. I like listening to the stories, though, for some reason. Suppose a pastor, a man of the Lord, would cheat on his wife with you. I guess you could tell that, take that as a compliment. No, I was not flattered by it whatsoever. Because I trusted this man, you guys. And I'm sure as I'm telling you some of my story, I didn't have any men in my life I could trust. None. So I trusted him. He was the pastor of a church that I had gone to as a child with the neighbors. And going into his office for our premarital stuff, we had to go in separately sometimes. Just uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. So, yes, Lexi, I agree. Our country has gone to shit, you guys. It's a scary time right now. So, just make sure you always tell your loved ones you love them. Hug them. Pray for them. Always. Don't let a day go by without, oh, that one's over, without letting them know that you love them, no matter how mad you may be at them, because believe me, sometimes with my son, I get really upset. But I passed her hitting on a person. It is, Mark, very. The U.S. Me too. I'm going to be going too, Shar. I'm tired. I got an early day too. Good night. Thanks for popping in, honey. Yeah. You know what you can do, hun? Or you could go into last night's quick video I uploaded and put it in there. And I'll look for it in there. I'll get it written down and then I'll delete it. How about that? So if you do that soon, then I'll grab it right now and then I will delete it if you want. All right, you guys, I'm going to go. How long have I been on here? Oh my gosh, I haven't been on here this long in a long time. Look at this guy. He's sleepy. You going to bed, honey? You sleepy boy? I love you. Say goodnight to everybody. Say night-night. I love you. All right, you guys. God bless you guys. Sweet dreams. Sleep with the angels. I love you guys as much as I can for our relationship. I do care for you guys, so. You too, Mark. All right, Char, I'll look for that. Good night, everybody. Love you. Sweet dreams. Like I said, sleep with the angels and wake up tomorrow. Be alive tomorrow, okay? Char. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. Good night, Robert. Okay, you guys. Sweet dreams. Bye. Gotta go.